Well, good morning and welcome, Lagos. It's a delightful Thursday, and you're waking up with the enchanting vibes of Wake Up Nigeria. I'm Mazino Pio, your host, of course, joined by the ever-inspiring and motivational. Sometimes she has these motivational things for us, especially this time of Christmas. She has one.
Whatever. So, guys, can you feel the magic in the air? It's the Christmas magic, and I'm loving it. Can you feel it? It's in the atmosphere.
It's Hamatan.
Yes, guys. So we are counting down to the Christmas season. Well, we're in that season already, but we're counting down to the Christmas gone. So yes, let's get ready for a beautiful experience today.
Yes, indeed. The excitement is palpable, especially at the end of the year when everybody's rounding up. It's just a few days, and then before you know it, boom. It's 2024, the festivities would have ended and it's back into the grind. But let's enjoy the moment. Mike is laughing. Mike, did I say something absolutely wrong?
You said something very massive. But hey guys, good morning and of course welcome. It's 21st, so yeah, he was quite right. A week or two and we are in 2024. So glad tidings, let's just enjoy the season.
Yes, indeed.
Well, can you believe that next week is the end of the year?
The final week for 2023. I can't believe it, actually. This year is like 1 month old, if you ask me.
And then we get into January, there's like 6 months in 1 month.
Don't worry, guys. Just brace up. Hard times are coming. You better believe it. But in any case, we're going to spread the joy together. It's a season of funfair and, of course, hey, family. My name, once again, is Mazino Pio.
And I'm Email Kocha. Remember, guys, that you can watch the show live on GOTV and also find us at channel 16 and UHF channel 49.
Yes, indeed. Also, 121 on StarTimes, just so you know. And we're live on X. I'll tell you how you can do that one. You can also, I know many people who have been in that position before, and it's a very tough one. Welcome, guys. Like you said, our penultimate week for 2024. Everything seems to be happening swimmingly, let me say that. But I was very interested in the news that hit yesterday about the slash in transport fares for the season, 50%.
Yeah.
And it's free in some cases.
Yes, it is.
You know.
It is.
How you go tell doctor? Because with the train is not a problem. You buy a ticket so that it's easy to subsidize or say no.
Yeah, no, but I'm assuming that when this sort of directive is being passed, all their
NURT and all of that.
all of them, they have heads of those
It has been
unions.
passed before.
So they would
I remember it was
convey
passed
the message
before.
to all of them.
I will convey the message. Will convey. Come and
There was some issues then.
Yes, there will be some issues because the issue will be how many, more or less like, how many people did you carry? And so if they are going to have
How are you subsidizing it for the drivers? The fuel they're buying.
Do you understand?
Where do
So
they
there
go to
has
get
to
their
be-
subsidy and all of that?
Exactly.
So it's a very
Yeah,
big...
so okay, I see where you're coming from.
While are they
Because,
plenty for the
if you're
thing?
subsidizing on the fare, you're not subsidizing on the fuel.
Exactly.
So they're going to tell you fuel is still the same price.
Yeah.
So
The same price.
they
So
have
the
to,
issue-
make up for it.
If it's a BRT or something, it's much easier. You are getting a ticket, you get for half a price. It's much easier for organized
Metro systems, yeah.
But for this one, I want to see how it works because we've been making memes about it. I mean,
Yeah, so many memes have hit social
from
media.
Oba to beggar, and I'm inside keke. 150, I'll be 200. But how good do I want to take pay.
There's a lot to think, and it's supposed to be nationwide.
Wide.
I can imagine that it might work in Lagos, but
And
how
then
about
in-
nationwide?
exactly.
The transfer fare from here to the east, for instance, 45,000 naira. Does that fall under? It's 45,000
And
naira.
imagine that
boy.
Lagos is the fuel in Lagos is the least
Exactly,
sold in
true.
terms of price. In other states, it's more than that.
Tell us what you think. By the way, we're live on X where you can leave a message with the hashtag WakeupNigeria on TVC. Let's know your thoughts. Let's do the weather. Let's do the news. Let's get on with Wake Up Nigeria.
Good morning. The news on Wake Up Nigeria. I'm Mike Messikeno. An update on the implementation of the transportation fares. So the federal government has said in the next 15 days, Nigerians will be paying half of the transport fare to their destinations. This is because President Bola Tinubu has approved a 50% reduction of fares for interstate public transportation ahead of a Yuletide. TVC News State House correspondent Femi Akonde has more.
A Merry Christmas for interstate road travelers in Nigeria because they have something to cheer about. The federal government's intervention slashing the cost of transportation through the special discounted holiday season fare has remarkably reduced the price the poor and low-income earners in the country will have to pay.
in the spirit of Christmas and the end of year festivities, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, in another demonstration of his love for Nigerians, has approved that the federal government should intervene to bring down the cost of public transportation to allow our compatriots who want to travel to visit their loved ones and hometowns to do so without stress and the extra burden imposed by the high cost of transport around this period.
The implementation of subsidy removal and other policies of government has caused a ripple effect that triggered a hike in prices of food items, transport and other services. This special intervention will begin on Thursday, 21st of December through to the 4th of January. The Interministerial Committee on the Presidential Intervention have also worked out modalities with unions and other stakeholders in the transport sector.
From tomorrow, that's the 21st of December, Nigerians willing to travel can board public transport at 50% discount of current cost, and all our train services on the routes the trains currently serve at zero cost to and fro on their travels this holiday season.
On the railway, we used to have 2 trips up, 2 trips down Abuja Kaduna. We are going to maintain that. Lagos Ibadan is 2 trips daily. We are going to maintain that. Warri Itape is 1 trip daily. We are going to maintain that.
There is always an increased movement of people, goods and services across the country during the Yuletide. This time around, President Tinubu is not only assuring them of a cheaper transport fare, but safer and secured roads to travel. President Tinubu's intervention is at no loss to road transporters, but at the cost of the federal government, and also not for those that can afford the luxury of air travels. Femi Akonde, TVC News, Abuja.
Now it has been confirmed that Precious Eze, the blogger and multimedia content creator who was taken from his home in the Bagada area of Lagos State by unknown persons, was in fact arrested by security agencies in the early hours of Tuesday the 12th of December. An eyewitness told TVC News that the men who took him had identified themselves as security operatives but did not disclose the reason for his arrest. There has been no communication from Mr. Eze, but it has been suggested that he's been held at a facility in Lagos, while no branch of the Security and Intelligence Services has come forward publicly to admit this. Close friends and associates of the blogger have continued to engage the intelligence community to see how they can gain access to him and procure the services of a lawyer. His underlying health condition has remained the focus of his colleagues, who fear that it may deteriorate if he is not allowed access to his blood pressure medication. And then to foreign stories, Colorado's Supreme Court has ruled that former United States President Donald Trump cannot run for president next year in the state. The court ruled that Mr. Trump is not an eligible candidate because he had engaged in an insurrection over the U.S. Capitol riot nearly 3 years ago. This court injunction does not stop Donald Trump from running in other states, and his campaign says it will appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court. The ruling only mentions the state's primary elections on 5th of March, when Republican voters will choose their preferred candidate for president, but it could affect the general election in Colorado next November.
Welcome back. It's time for What's Up and About, and you guys had a very lovely conversation yesterday.
Yes,
you guys were talking about the NAFTAC's communique about.
It was not lovely. Oh.
Wait now. I was trying to give you guys. If you don't want accolades, I'll take it back. In any case, it was informative, and it's something that people need to know. NAFTAC told that yes, okay, yeah, it was authentic. That they captured a couple of people in Imo State, if I'm not mistaken, Abia State, where they had these mass production of fake drinks.
And
I remember a couple of weeks ago, a Nigerian artist, Afrobeat artist Benson, actually put out a post, and I think that's what actually started all of this, because he said, all of you people are just going to clubs and drinking. You don't know what you're drinking. We're actually drinking fake stuff.
Yeah.
After that, we started seeing all these pieces of information and videos hit social media. Yesterday, again, there was another bust. 2 individuals, a 45-year-old man and a 35-year-old man, were arrested in the Ojo area of Lagos State. And if you see their factory,
It's how dirty those places
Oh my
can be.
goodness.
You know, you remember yesterday we spoke about pure water, and I said how now pure water is even safer than some bottled waters because they don't recycle. Like you use something against not recycling. Recycling would mean crushing that thing
Yes.
and bringing it out, taking
anew.
it down to its base temp, and then bringing something new.
reforming it, yeah.
Not using the same thing.
Now they just wash it. They just do
They don't,
that.
you know,
There was a video of a lady doing this.
Exactly. So for the pure water factories that we see now, you know, NAFDAC goes there. Sometimes they're close to your house and you see
But you
them.
know, Mike,
They can't
yesterday.
recycle pure water
You-
sachets,
you-
so you're recycling it into products, usable products like that.
Exactly. So my point is that how dirty, because they're having to hide. They're in a place whereby they don't want the environment, maybe people around to know what
To
they're
know
doing.
that there's such a thing going on in there. So people are not like.
exactly.
Yeah.
You guys.
So let me shock you guys. That's how last night, after I got home, I checked this brand of soy sauce.
And
And I found out that mine is fake.
your brand is fake. The brand you bought was fake.
Yes,
And it's happening across the industry, whether it's alcohol, whether it's products used in the kitchen and all.
Did the brand of the soy sauce brand, did they put out a you know, something like a communicate to know which one is original? Because there's so many of it. I was thinking that maybe there are iterations
No,
of.
they haven't actually, put out any statement.
Yes.
But then there have been a lot of confirmations on the original brand of this particular soy sauce.
Well, they're doing wrong.
And the, lookalikes.
So let me say something.
Because
They're
if
doing
you-
wrong
There's
here.
also been an argument that a lot of those products that we take may not be exactly fake, but just be lookalikes.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
they might, yes,
no such thing.
like I said, it was an argument. It was an argument because, look at the larger population of people who have access to these products. Yes, there are also questions, there are also arguments around how about our health? If these things were, because we have consumed these fake products for years, yet nothing has happened
Long-term
to
damage.
some of us. And then there is
Long-term.
still that argument.
Long
of the
term, you won't find out now.
long-term
But I'll tell you
implications,
something about that
health
brand
implications
and
would have,
how they're not taking care of that issue. Also, there was this drink, very a malt drink
yes.
that we all drink. They have a campaign right now going on. If you check social media, it's all over the place. They're trying to reassure consumers that this is the right one. However, their marketing flaw was from years ago. It went bad from years ago because they had changed their packaging
several times.
so many times
Several
and not
times.
established
That
to
this
consumers
is
that
the
this is
original.
us now. This is us now in 2020.
But, it was the same conversation I kept
So-
on having yesterday that it is the orientation.
It
From
is the
government's-
brand's. It is
from
the brand's
brand's-
responsibility
Brand
first off.
responsibility.
But
you know.
it's also, I feel the government also has a role to play in all of this.
Mm.
Well, we're all discussing this from different angles,
Mm-hmm.
right? We're not arguing per se. We have like just as everybody has different things to say regarding this.
Regarding all of this,
There's a government's role where NAFDAC has a role to play
Yeah.
in all of this, checkmating. There's also been, we saw a post yesterday that talked about, how the, registration or how how the NAFDAC registration, whatever is burdensome and also very, very expensive. So even, for example, a local producer like myself, if I want to go into any sort of local production, it won't be easy for me to get a NAFDAC registration because of the
It's too
money.
tedious, and you'd rather just, you know what, I'm just going to put this product out there. And while I'm doing that.
Exactly.
And then eventually forget about the NAFDAC thing.
Exactly, and this particular watch you're talking about, I deliberately did not buy it yesterday because of the fake. So I wasn't exactly sure if I was buying the original.
no,
or the fake, so I didn't buy it.
It
so
wasn't-
that
it's
one
not
was
because
not,
of
it was
fake.
just different pick
It's
packaging.
the brand
See, for
responsibility.
me now, we need to call out ourselves as a country. Talking about NAFDAC, this has gone through everywhere, from immigration. Somebody the other day was comparing the Benanoa airport to the Nigerian airport. The first place you enter when somebody's coming into Nigeria, our
Smells like
airport-
regret.
Our airport is
does.
it
does.
is
Shambles.
you are met even with let me
Mike, take it easy. It's okay.
tell
Let
you
me-
the words. You're met with terrible
Deterioration.
terrible facilities or infrastructure, and then the people are now the personnel are now
corrupt.
disgusting in the way they go about. So my point now is that my point now I want to say now is that look, that thing from everywhere where they make it hard to do what is right. So we're talking about NAFDAC now. Why is it so hard? The person put up some quotes which I have not confirmed personally, but about the cost
Yeah.
in dollars. First
In
of all,
dollars,
how is it NAFDAC as an agency I have not confirmed that.
No, let me a
My
bit of
point is
correction
that-
there. I think he put that for context
For
so that you
context,
understand, because
okay.
he actually lives outside the country.
Outside the country, okay,
And that's
good.
what
If
he's
that's the
used
case,
to.
that's what he's used to. My
Yeah.
point is that you make it so hard that even that, so it is something that it is us. This fake thing, someone's look up, it is us. We cost this as a people. I mean, from every fair, you're going to renew your driver's license. You're going to renew something. They make it so hard. You go online.
So it seems
want
easier
renew
to
your
actually.
driver license.
It seems
Do
easier
you understand?
to.
And then you go to the office, and the person, there's the apparent disgust that you are paying that money online, and then at every point in time, somebody's taking an extra 2,000, an extra 1,000, an extra 300. So by the time 15,000 naira for what, 3 years or so, you're going to spend as much as 25,000 naira.
I want to bring your
or
notes to
even
something,
more
Mike.
to
Something you
renew your
mentioned
license.
yesterday.
So
you said
this is the kind of thing that is happening with NAFDAC now. So they inadvertently, they're making it hard for you. So,
To do the
this
right
kind
thing.
of, it's such an intricate web of the it's
Corruption,
rubbish
racketeering.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
You said something yesterday.
So my point is that you mentioned about how let's help people, because look, we are agreed that government has their own part to play, but you cannot be waiting. Let's help people. How do we find out these products? Masino,
Thank you
have
very
an-
much.
Yeah.
So you said something yesterday. Finally,
Yeah.
I cannot complete this. You said something yesterday. You said, I think it was you who go to the big brands to
I
actually
said- I
purchase.
said-
And I said, I've been to big brands and I did something. We were getting these liquor, and I was like, hang on, okay, okay, let me just take it and turn it upside down, and I look under. There's a barcode, the serial number. I looked under it, found the serial number. And I picked another one, turned it around, looked under. Now, this is a big store. I looked under, and it was the same serial number. Serial numbers are serial numbers for a reason.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be continuous.
They're supposed to be
Identification,
Yeah.
unique.
Yeah.
To a
They were
bottle.
the same, every single bottle we picked and turned around was the same. This was a big brand. So if we cannot copy it and say, okay, if you go to the big brands or big stores, you'll get the authentic one, do your own little kind of like
the
authentication,
extra
go the
leg.
extra. Check.
So
these little
NAFDAC-
things will help you note that, this might be
NAFDAC
not
put
correct,
out
not
a
real.
statement after the recent bust, okay, not the Ojo one, the one in Abia State, where they, they put out a statement letting people know on what to check out for and how to identify fake products, right?
names.
Which, of course, some of them were sort of flawed, because if you really look at them intricately, they're sort of
They're
flawed.
copycats.
Some of them are the exact replica. Some
But-
people are, Nigerians are good copy and paste, so
Yeah, it's a NAFDAC number. We put NAFDAC number there.
Yeah.
I mean, they say
That's
they'll
also
put
that.
they'll put the NAFDAC number there. They'll write it there.
It's just copy paste.
it's not a
number.
a number,
Like she
a
said.
paste or
Yeah.
something or whatever.
Yeah.
So you understand, like he said, you go to those big brands.
Your own extra diligence.
And yes, in fact, go to the and like it's a lot. It's a lot. I don't know if it's something that we can end once and all of that.
We
but I would say
started
that this
yesterday.
period, I told myself that look, I will be
Be
careful what I
alert.
drink. I will probably take my drinks to places now.
Yeah, but then I feel like now, now that we're in the social media age, you take a picture of what you are buying and then tag the brand. Hopefully they would respond,
Perhaps
to
that's another
confirm if
way.
it's authentic or not.
So the brands have that responsibility.
Yeah.
to also try and help us. Let us know the original ones,
Yeah.
if you can.
Yeah.
All right. Like we said from before, we're live on X. Let's have your submission due, okay? Use the hashtag WakeupNigeria on TVC. Thank you very much. We got more coming your way. And you're welcome. It is time for the dailies. Let's have you guys know what you might be meeting if you decide to pick up one of the papers for this morning. I have Mr. Mike Mesekeno in the studio with me. Together, we'll be telling you what the headlines are. Welcome, Mike.
Yeah.
Alrighty, we're going to start from the Daily Trust newspaper today. Thank you. Big headline here. Yuletide, Tinubu cuts bus fare by 50%. We talked about that from earlier.
Yeah.
Declares free train trips. Free train trips. We're
That's
ready.
a good one.
Yeah, we're
But
ready
I just
for.
hope that there is, for me, for that train trips, it's free organization. Because we know even with the fares, we know how they rush. I don't know if you saw some videos when it's
Oh yeah.
The rush
That
is
was
mad.
it was
So when it's free, it's going to be
even worse.
crazy. So that is where we need the
Process.
security and all of that. Let people not get themselves, because it's going to be a rush.
The headline continues here. It says, we're ready for implementation bus owners. So that's also giving information about the bus owners and perhaps maybe their union. Also confirming here, book your tickets online. NRC tells travelers online, okay? And air travelers also, air travelers are, however, excluded.
No, I was already planning the trip already.
No, I wasn't going to go on a bus or air, but I wish it was slashing petrol prices. That would have been great, because
That'd
you
be
know
great,
that
yeah?
there's no extra. I don't need to do anything extra. Just get there, get your fuel. But hey, maybe they have better reasons why. Nigeria's debt now 87.9 trillion naira, says the DMO, and pro-Wike lawmakers withdraw impeachment notice against Fubara. What's your take on the issue, Wike versus Fubara?
Guy, that is really, if we've seen something gangster happening with governance, as in so far as a bombing or arson of the state assembly complex, and then now it's been demolished and all of that. Look, some people would say that, look, this is what Wike did to Amechi. Some people might say so, that, look, it's the monster that's come back that you're created, and it will happen. It's succession. It does happen, and nobody wants to be. But for me,
you mean Amechi to Wike?
Yeah, we need to get past that level where we see governance as personal. We need to understand that if we all take it that the priority are the people, that's where we have a problem.
Perhaps.
The people are not the priority.
We have other headlines and other papers. You have one, but I'm sure that this will come back on one of the papers. FG vows to prosecute kidney traffickers. But let's see what you have. Perhaps it will make a return.
Let's do the nation. Yuletide, of course, federal government offers free train ride to travelers. And like I said, if you're going to take up that free train ride, please be careful. The rush is going to be crazy. Because, you know, I would be careful. I just want to say that. And then, of course, 2 APC Senate seats declared vacant. Enter Senator Lalong. Rivers G27 withdraws sack notice to Fubara. Tinubu asks Senate to clear 11 justices for Supreme Court. Nigeria equities market hit 40 trillion naira. Amosun Oshomole exchange salvos over APC tussle. And and that's it for the nation.
At the very bottom, however, I wanted to touch on Oyetola's panel to battle trucks blockade on the Papa Port Road.
Oh boy,
that's a personal experience for me.
Where do you want to start?
From Sele to Papa is actually 20 kilometers. Now you have trucks all the way from Papa up until Sele and even beyond. So we're talking about maybe about 22 kilometers of trucks. Now note that all of these trucks are not containers. They're tankers, which means they're waiting to load and go to other parts of the country. If you're asking these guys, and there was an instruction yesterday that they must vacate. Now, that's the question. Vacate to where? And then how does it affect the supply of petrol across the nation?
Vacate to where?
Big questions. Big questions.
We should have I don't know. For me, the easiest solution is to have a park for them.
Tank farms.
A tank farm, but where do we?
They do exist, but they're not sufficient.
They're not sufficient. That's the point. Are they enough? Because I saw that thing for kilometers. It was just stretching.
22 kilometers. Take that figure.
Went, you know, it just went. And then I stopped. When you want to go into first stack, it continues.
And gets even thicker.
You understand?
Yeah. What were you doing in first? Okay, let's move on. We'll talk about that later. The punch.
You know how scared I am of first stack.
Because you're very scared of first stack.
First stack roads. What can be done? I feel we should talk about it.
We should talk about it
as much as possible.
We will talk about it. In fact, maybe our what's up and about for tomorrow. We have to talk about the state of first stack roads. But moving on to the Punch newspaper now. 50% transport subsidy once again makes a return here on this headline. FG slashes interstate fares. Labour knocks government. NRC begins free train rides. NLC TUC say government confused. Demand wage award. Katsina Gombe play to Delta transporters. Others claim ignorance of subsidy. Here we go. At the top, FG cuts external borrowing. Debt soars at 88 trillion naira. And reps probe NNPC LJV deals. $60 billion revenue loss. And Army retires 113 generals, pledges support for democracy. And at the bottom, military uncovers 636 illegal refineries, seized 21 million liters of crude. And a peace deal. Rivers Assembly withdraws Fubara's impeachment notice.
Guys, do you see the number of illegal, like 600
exactly
seized, though? Not the ones that they've noticed or they found out, though. Like what? Refinery. When I think about refinery and all of that, of course, you think about all the
mechanics
and all that. But, you know, people have found a way to simplify all of this, cut it down.
What's it called again? Fraction or something like that.
And if you see these places, these crude places, they are really, they look like sharks and all. They, you know,
it's like you don't do work there before.
So, of course, I spent a lot of my life in River State.
Yeah.
So this is very regular in River State, especially River State. You see a lot of it in the creeks and all of that. That's something that it's been there and on for a long time. And, you know, with petroleum, we know what to do. We know how we can get our places. But hopefully, I mean, we've been told that by next year, in different phases, the different refineries will start producing. Although I heard that it's not PMS for start. They are doing, I don't know if it's DPK. I'm talking about kerosene, by the way. But PMS is not, I think it's only Dangote that would soon start. I don't know if you're starting.
Yeah, not this January, however.
Not this January.
Much later in the year.
PMS and all of that. But
let's do the Tribune. You have the Tribune, or would you like me to go?
Yeah. Go to
Amosu blasts Oshiomhole, accuses him of conducting worst primaries in the history of democracy, cautions him from playing blame game in his ouster as APC chairman. At the top for the Tribune, we have Yuletide. FG offers free train services, slashes public transport fares by 50% once again, and Senate screens 11 nominees for confirmation as Supreme Court justices. Nigeria's public debt stock now 87 trillion naira, and Senate panel asks IGP to produce CAC registrar within 24 hours. 2024 UTME, no increase in registration fee. Thank you very much, Jam. At the bottom, again, we have a revisit of the Rivers State Assembly as they begin peace deal, withdraws impeachment notice against Fubara. And to the side of the photo story, 19-year-old nabbed for murder of girlfriend in Bauchi. Drone attack, Mieti Allah seeks compensation for all victims. We haven't heard much about that instance or what the government intends to do. We have heard the apologies, but nothing regarding the exact implementation of whether there is going to be some sort of perhaps maybe compensation for the families. Well, that's as much as we have for the papers this morning. Thank you very much, Mike. We have to revisit your Creek experience and see where that may be. But you know something about that? What about getting these people who absolutely know
and legalize
what
it or something? I don't
sort
know.
of like
It's happened in a lot of places. It's happened. I don't know. But
this is just me as an individual asking. It's a question if it's someone can do. But tell you what, we have more happening inside of our Wake Up Nigeria kitchen, and we can't wait for breakfast. Quite I am, yes, legally hungry. So, please, what's happening in there today?
We have the amazing chef with us, Chef Mohammed Bedoun. How you doing?
I'm fine, I'm fine.
It's always a pleasure to have you with us. Okay, guys. So yes, Chef Mo has something interesting he'll be making for us today, just as we count down into the Christmas. Enough of jollof rice. I am even tired of eating jollof rice or fried rice. I want to spice up my, Christmas recipe with something more spicy and delicious.
Why you don't cook some chicken curry with coconut?
Right?
Amazing.
Amazing. Great. So this morning, Chef Mo will be making chicken coconut curry sauce. So you can also call it a soup if you like. It depends on how you want it, right? So Mo, over to you. What are the ingredients you're working with?
So we start with marinated chicken laps.
Okay.
I prefer some drumsticks and thighs. Coconut cream. You can squeeze your own coconut with hot water, or you can buy the canned one. It depends about you. Some rice. What do you have rice in the house? I have here basmati, some oil, granite oil, saint leaf for the touch, for this aromatic touch that give you this time. Onion, chili peppers, cornstarch to thicken our sauce, garlic, ginger, salt, our curry, some seasoning cube, and the butter.
And the butter. Now, talking about the curry, this is a special kind of curry. It's not the regular curry that we're used to.
No.
It's a special kind of curry. So talk to us about the curry that we're using for this recipe.
This curry is mix of, let's say, cinnamon, cloves, some mix of spices that I mix it in the house, and some cardamom as well.
Oh, okay.
It's a little bit different, but it gives you this hit, this punch that usually that you give it on the Nigerian market. It's different blend.
It's a different blend. Because I know you could even smell it. It's in the aroma.
Yes.
Yeah, where you just, it hits you. But you can tell that when it goes into that dish, it's going to be yum-some. Yes. Okay, so let's get right to it. So what are we starting with?
So we start with heating our pot.
Oh, that pot's been heating for a while.
So
right. And
butter.
Okay. That is salted, unsalted?
Unsalted butter.
Unsalted butter, okay. Which is always preferred, though, to cook with.
Yeah, for sure, because
which is
if
better to cook with.
It's salted, you cannot have control of what you are cooking.
Okay. Okay.
And we top it with a small of
vegetable oil. Okay.
Because the butter will burn very quick. So to increase the temperature. Wow.
Okay, sorry about that.
To increase the temperature, I add some oil.
Okay.
So my butter will not gonna burn.
Okay. That's another hack. Because when I usually leave the butter on, it just before you know it turns brown.
100%.
And I don't like it because I'm like, it just, takes away from
It's
the...
burned, you can say,
Yeah.
yes.
So now let's talk about what you use, the spices and the herbs you used in marinating your
Some
chicken.
thyme, paprika,
Okay.
and chili peppers, some turmeric, and this is it.
Oh, nice. It looks nice.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to leave this on for how long?
Till the chicken turn brown, golden brown.
Okay.
So you need to keep an eye on it
Okay.
because this is the first step. Is very main and very important to give the sauce all the delicious aroma of the chicken and the juices. So from here you start. This is the base.
Okay.
The stock that you are taking at the end.
Okay. So we're just going to leave this on for a while. Now, talk to us about on how long it took to marinate your chicken. So after coating it with the spices,
Yes,
how long did it
minimum
for?
2 hours, maximum 24 hours.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Minimum 2 hours, maximum 24 hours.
For
Yeah.
the chicken to absorb all this.
All the spice and all the flavors from. Okay, great. Okay, so we're just going to leave that on there. So no water. We're not putting
No water,
anything
for sure, no
in.
water. The pan should be very hot. Keep it sizzling till it gets golden brown. And then we move out to our vegetable, garlic, onion, chili peppers. and all
Okay.
of this.
So eventually, all that juice is going to, come out of the chicken.
And it will
And
caramelize
it
my pot.
caramelize the pork.
So it
Ooh,
will turn brown.
nice. I'm loving that's about to happen right there. All right, guys, if you missed out on the ingredients earlier on, it's right there on your screen. We have Chef Mo here, and we're making curry coconut creamy chicken sauce. I know it's a mouthful, but that's the idea, because by the time this recipe is ready, okay, so for our recipe, we have chicken laps, coconut cream, butter, onion, garlic, ginger, chili pepper, scent leaf, curry spice, seasoning cubes, salt, white rice, of course, to go with the soup as the sauce, and the cornstarch for thickening. Okay, so we're just going to leave that on there. So now for our rice, we just have to cook it, right? Like
Yes,
white rice.
I need to, yes, just steamed rice.
Just white rice. Okay, fantastic.
So I will put some water and to keep it boiling.
Okay, so our amazing chef is still here. He ain't going anywhere because, he's got to work some magic. Well, we'll be right back, people.
Today being a Thursday, we have arts display. And on arts display this morning, we have Mr. George Babatunde Olufelo. Now, Mr. George began his professional career, or training rather, at Yaba College of Technology in 1988, and he handled several commissioned portraits, paintings, and also sculptures, including the NPA Cresta Papa. He is presently a senior tutor of visual arts at Lagos Anglican Girls Grammar School, Surulere. You are welcome, Mr. George. Good to have you here.
Happy to meet you.
Yes, indeed. And we can see that you have some of your samples, and there's one unique feature about your paintings or your art. It's that you have plenty of accolades when it comes to portraits. Am I correct, sir?
Yes, yes.
Why did you choose portraits as your form of expression?
It seems my lovers always give me something to do for them. They want their image. And since I will take my time to bring out the realism, they love, they recommend me to another people, and I do more of the portrait than...
So did you discover early in your profession that portraits were going to be your thing, or did that just, happen after a while?
Back to my secondary school days, I love scribbling from newspaper images of any picture. I start from there. Once I lay out on one newspaper, I'm able to bring it out real. So my interest keep on increasing until I later discover this is what I will do.
Okay. Yeah. So my next question, as an arts tutor, have you found out that it is much more difficult to teach portrait art than it is for perhaps maybe just any other thing? Structures, any other structure. Lines are easy to draw when they're straight, but when they're curved, especially with the human face, and is it more difficult to actually put together a portrait than it is structures?
It's not difficult. in the sense that it's interest that matters. Like in my school now, I've seen some students with a little guide, they can do what I'm doing. But some are timid and say, no, I can't. I'm unable to do it. But those that push themselves a little bit and say, no, I can. With a little touch and little kind of
Training or
training,
yeah.
or
Yeah.
you're able to pick up.
Yeah, we've got 2 of your samples here, and that's as good old-fashioned there.
Yes.
And of course, the president himself. And these are portraits that you have drawn on. What material is this?
Is oil on board.
Oil on board. Okay.
Yes, it's oil canvas. I mean, oil colors.
All color on board.
Yes.
So your choice for board, is that specific? Because I noticed that when people make paintings on board, it's a bit like, it's real. It's almost like as if you can touch and feel the skin or the texture is often affected. Is that a deliberate choice to use board?
I want it to be very homely, so that it will be smooth, and the alley will some people can not believe it is even hand or brush, because some of the brush stroke is neatly taken care.
Yeah.
You hardly see much of strokes, and
It's beautiful. It's real. It's
Yes.
actually real. And the shadows, especially on fascia here, is very interesting. Now, you also had an engagement with the NPA. What was it exactly you designed for them? Am I correct? It was a design that you made for them?
is the MPA crest.
MPA crest. itself.
Then we asked to blow it to 10 feet size in the form of a sculpture.
Okay.
So, and the sculpture is erected in front of, is there. You can
That
see.
was you. You
I
made
handled
that.
it.
You handled that.
Yes, and
To make something large scale from a little picture, how intense is that kind of work?
as part of our training, we have a way we'll scale and put it in a good proportion so that it will still be as real the image is.
But because I think it's harder. If you're giving something big and asked to scale it down, you can take a picture and put it on a map, you know, a board with the lines and everything, and you can still get the same. The scales would be the same. But to make something bigger is the opposite. I don't know how you can map out where.
It's even easier. You just change the scale. If it is 1 to 3, you now change it to.
But you would be painting, I'm imagining, on a huge surface.
No, I must have planned my scale before I start.
All right.
Like, if I want to do this president to feel this whole your office, I will plan it. If it is 1 to 2 here, I can make it 1 to 6 and spread it.
That looks like a lot of work, let me say. I wish that I had continued in my artistic endeavors myself. Maybe I'd be half as good as you. Well, Mr. George, it's great to have you here inside the studio with your material and also your experience. And is the MPA crest still looking?
It's still there. It's still there.
I live in Festac. I'll just mosey on down something.
Yes, on that of power.
Thank you very much, Mr. George. And do stay tuned. We have still more here for Wake Up Nigeria. The kitchen has already started bringing out those sweet aromas that we always have here every morning. And with Chef Mo in the studio, you can always expect that the food is always also very exciting itself and jumping out of the pot. But Emin, please, how exciting is our kitchen right now?
Exciting does not completely describe what's going on here in the kitchen, Mo, does it?
No, at all. The flavors, the aroma, the energy.
Oh.
Totally different.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Okay, so quickly let's remind our viewers what we are making, and let's get
So we are doing the coconut creamy chicken. We already put our chicken on fire with butter and oil. The water here is start to get boiled.
That's
so
for
now,
the rice.
Yes. So our chicken has turned to golden brown color, as you see.
Okay.
So
and that's exactly what we're trying to achieve.
100%. So now it's time to remove it.
Okay.
And to start frying our veggies.
Veggies.
So
okay.
we put it here by the side.
All right.
Let it relax. Release the blood, the excess blood.
Okay.
And now we start with our finely chopped onion.
Okay. So no additional butter or oil is going
It's
into the
already
pan.
our oil and butter there, and the chicken has released their own fat
It's
inside.
juicy, yeah, into it. So yes, that's
So we are ready to go.
good. Okay. What do you need?
Now
Okay.
we start
Ah.
stirring our onion. You can
Okay.
smell that.
Yes, I
Wow.
can. Guys, I'm not joking, and I'm not washing you. I'm not. This it actually really smells good. It really, 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 really does. And that looks good as well.
Little bit of coloration.
And those onions so finely chopped. You know, that's how you get the best of your onions, actually. You know,
100%. So
all
you
that
get all the
flavor.
out.
Fantastic.
And now, guys, it's time to put our finely chopped garlic.
Okay. And let's not also forget that garlic and ginger are like they must be your must-have in any of your diets, in any of your foods. It should be a must-have, guys.
Now, ginger.
Okay.
How we usually need to go when we are frying our veggie
Okay.
with lower sugar to higher sugar. Let's say onion contain as well sugar, but they didn't caramelize so fast. So I start with my onion, then my garlic,
Okay.
then my ginger, because my garlic
That
has
lower sugar.
higher sugar, higher.
Oh, it has higher sugar. Okay.
Yes, so it will
See, we
caramelize
learn-
very fast.
Okay. We learn every day on the show. Whoever thought? Ginger, garlic, sugar. Okay. Didn't see that, but hey.
So as you see, the garlic already start to take color, and the onion is still brownish. So, wow.
You're basically soaking out all the flavor from all those herbs in there. Beautiful.
And now it's time
What's
for
going
the
in?
pepper.
Okay. Okay. This atarudo.
Yes, so
I
I like the atarodo more than the shambo because it gives
okay.
me this sweetness kick, but the shambo gave me some bitterness at the end.
Okay. Okay.
So I always prefer.
The
Naruto.
atarudo. Okay. Fantastic. So, Chef Mo, how long have you been in Nigeria for? Let's, dig into your
So I passed, Abby.
Yeah, I mean,
my history.
You have also become an expert in making our own local dishes, which is very pristine. So talk to us about it. I mean,
To be honest with you, I came since 6 years ago now.
okay.
When I came at the beginning, I say, I don't want again, I don't want. But after I start to get in love with Nigeria.
Oh, nice. And
like-
our food.
And the food especially, because you guys, you have too much freshness in this land, too
we
much.
do, right? And you came to milk it.
Milk it out, take everything.
Okay, so quickly explain what's left. So now that
So
you
now
put
we
in
put the
scent
saint leaf, so everything has caramelized. So now I need to deglaze my pot with my
coconut milk.
coconut milk.
Okay,
So all the
alright.
flavor will come out from the pot.
Okay, guys, so we're just going to take a quick break here because, I mean, it's important for us to, experience everything that's happening here in the kitchen. But we're going to quick break, and we will be right back shortly. It's the top of the hour, and we don't want you to go anywhere. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
You're a bit too excited. But 1 hour is gone and 45 minutes of fun left to go. We're loading as we speak here for your viewing pleasure.
Yes, because you deserve it all. Take it. Take all my money. Take all my clothes and my shoes.
Don't take our money or you go fight
Take
you.
all my money.
You go bite.
But as always, guys, we always give you nothing short of premium entertainment.
Exactly.
Especially as we count down to Christmas, Mike's favorite time of the year.
I know, right? He's expecting gifts from all of you single ladies. In any
special
case,
ones.
special. Mike, am I lying? Aren't you
Special
expecting
ones.
gifts?
Oh, of
beautiful
course,
ladies.
of course. But the person giving the gifts today is Chef Mohammed. You were tasting the sauce and all
Yes.
that, yeah?
Yes,
Okay.
100% for me to balance it. So
Okay, to balance it, have we balanced the chicken?
Mike,
have a test
stay
first.
away
Let me know
from
how
that
it is.
chicken.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus, Mike. Mike.
The chicken. Let's balance the chicken.
Already?
Yeah, yes.
The chicken is still raw.
Let's balance the chicken.
Yeah, balance the chicken. Let me know.
Mike, when you're done, we can continue with the rest of the show. Only when you're done.
Amazing.
You done? Oh, yeah. You guys look like ebony and ivory, by the way.
Oh, okay. All right, the energy.
And I've said tangerine and lemon. You know, Bullet Train. Mazino, tangerine and lemon.
I remember that movie.
We'll go, yeah.
Anyway,
You want to tell?
the energy here is still
You can tell.
buzzing and it's very, very infectious. I hope you've caught on the bug. If you haven't, well, we cannot help you.
But not to worry, that's what we designed the second hour here for you guys. We indulge you guys to please make sure that you are also taking in everything from the delicious culinary delights that we're bringing your way to the beautiful art and everything and excitement of conversation that we have here. Top notch.
Yes, yes, yes. And we're about to dive into more engaging conversations, explore inspiring stories. So, guys, grab your favorite morning beverage, whatever it is. If it is amala, whoever, we are not judging you. Go ahead, it's the holiday. Eat to your heart's out.
Yes, forget about the fitness thing. Just eat. Enjoy yourself. Stay tuned as we unfold the second hour. Wake Up Nigeria here today. My name is, of course, Mazino Pio.
And I'm Emil Kwacha. Remember that you can stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv and, of course, on X.
Hope you guys are following us already. We're live on there. All right, so we can't stop celebrating you guys, our special viewers. So today we're going to be giving some shout-outs to those people whose special days are inside of December.
Yeah.
Interesting. The book is called Heart Quick, not Heartbreak. As in
Quick. As in the shattery of the hearts. But have you started shopping for the holidays?
We shopped since November, noting that things are going to get real wild inside of December. So we do monthly shoppings, but for November we did shopping for 2 months.
Wow.
So we will span till the end of January.
What about you, Mike?
Yeah, a little. I didn't do so much, but of course, toiletries as much as you can. I think even I had some toiletries and I was like, oh, yeah, I did a mini shopping, so one finish and okay, it's here. Oh, I need to get them out and all of that. Not so much with food stuff because I don't know, this light issue now has.
Oh my goodness, problem. Mike.
In fact, yesterday someone wanted to give me something and I could not.
Oh my goodness.
I could not take it because my fridge was basically, I had to clean it out.
You know
when you do it, so I cleaned out the fridge and all of that. So in the night it now came, so it's almost like, you understand, so storage of something.
So you had a bit of power at night?
Yes, it came.
Tomorrow when you're coming, can you bring some, I beg?
So you know what?
If I woke up, it left.
I have been owing Mike a plate of soup. And eventually, I made, some. So I brought just.
Why are you choking? Because you didn't bring for me. You are choking.
I've called her out so much. It's good that she had to bring herself out
I
here.
brought a small plate so that you can eat it once.
What?
And you don't take it home.
I don't
take anything home.
Lie. I'm not.
Store in the freezer.
No.
Yeah, but yesterday I went Christmas shopping. I wouldn't say Christmas shopping because I also shopped before I traveled, and then. Yesterday I was supposed to go to myself, but that didn't happen, and then eventually got, But anyways, they said there's no money in Nigeria.
No cash. Yeah.
There's money.
Really?
People are buying things, so.
You sure it's not for one bed this weekend? Or,
I don't think so.
They cleared out the market before you got there.
People are buying that. No, there will always be items to buy. It's a holiday, so even the marketers, the retailers have stocked up, in anticipation for people to come and buy. So I mean, yes, people are buying things. So yesterday, like this, in front of me, someone bought 100,000 naira worth of snail.
Oh.
Not chicken, snail.
Snail, 100,000. What does the best you want to do?
Does Chef Mo have snail in his? That's so delicious.
100,000 naira worth of snail.
Yeah, but then again, I feel like it's also a time for us to look out for our loved ones, our neighbors, people around us, just to be sure that they also have something to go buy this Christmas holiday.
Description. You sure that the person will not like Wake Up and to be a part of Wake Up?
Oh, the snail. Who?
Yeah, the person that.
What if they're having an event?
The contact.
What if they're having an event?
And we cover events, or we are part of it. We can go and break our crisis for the events guys.
We got more. Let's start with the weather for this hour.
It's the news once again. I am Mike Messikeno. We still are on the intervention of the federal government on transportation fares, where in the next 15 days, Nigerians will be paying half of the transport fare to their destination starting today, the 21st of December. Now, this is because President Bola Tinubu has approved a 50% reduction of fares for interstate public transportation ahead of the season. State House correspondent Femi Akande has more in this report.
A Merry Christmas for interstate road travelers in Nigeria, because they have something to cheer about. The federal government intervention slashing the cost of transportation through the special discounted holiday season fare has remarkably reduced the price the poor and low-income earners in the country will have to pay.
In the spirit of Christmas and the end of year festivities, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, in another demonstration of his love for Nigerians, has approved that the federal government should intervene to bring down the cost of public transportation to allow our compatriots who want to travel to visit their loved ones and hometowns to do so without stress and the extra burden imposed by the high cost of transport around this period.
The implementation of subsidy removal and other policies of government has caused a ripple effect that triggered a hike in prices of food items, transport, and other services. This special intervention will begin on Thursday, 21st of December, through to the 4th of January. The Interministerial Committee on the Presidential Intervention have also worked out modalities with unions and other stakeholders in the transport sector.
From tomorrow, that's the 21st of December, Nigerians willing to travel can board public transport at 50% discount of current cost, and all our train services on the routes the trains currently serve at zero cost to and fro on their travels this holiday season.
On the railway, we used to have 2 trips up, 2 trips down Abuja Kaduna. We are going to maintain that. Lagos Ibadan is 2 trips daily. We are going to maintain that. Warri Itape is 1 trip daily. We are going to maintain that.
There is always an increased movement of people, goods, and services across the country during the Yuletide. This time around, President Tinubu is not only assuring them of a cheaper transport fare, but safer and secured roads to travel. President Tinubu's intervention is at no loss to road transporters, but at the cost of the federal government, and also not for those that can afford the luxury of air travels. Femi Akonde, TVC News, Abuja.
Thanks for staying with us. It's time for a book chat. And with us, we have Mumtaz Paramole. He's a writer from Lagos State, Nigeria. He's also a graduate of the Department of Microbiology. His book, Heartquake, is quite a collection of poetry and beautiful poetries in them. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Now, first off, Heartquake, reflections of love and loss. Now, talk to us. What inspired this book? I mean, did you experience so much heartquake that
Well,
put together these beautiful collections of poems?
Well, yes, and I think it started reflecting on the loss of my mom.
Okay.
Yes. Many people, when they see earthquake, they are expecting that it's just heartbreak, probably somebody, but no breakfast. But it resulted from the loss of my mom. I lost her when I was 7, and I just found joy in expressing myself through writing. When I write, there's this sort of relief that I feel from writing.
Okay.
So, and people started saying, Mumtaz, you're a good poet. I said, but I'm a science student. I said I'm a good poet. I said, well, and I just decided to chase it, and about 6 years down the line, Heartquake.
Interesting. A science student who loves to write. That's quite an interesting one. So this is more of an anthropology.
Yeah.
So there are a few poems here, anthology, sorry, of poems basically. And this particular one, Illusion, sort of got my attention. I actually love it, and I'll just read it. And what is a smile? And what is my smile? Other than a mirage, a symbol of deception. We see that there are a lot of people who, hide, behind the smile, hide their sorrows, their scars, and, their trauma.
Behind the smile. Yes.
And subconsciously fixed against all the sorrow, the despondent feelings the heart truly feels. Talk to us. What particularly, inspired this particular poem?
Well, during my undergraduate days, I think probably when I was in 400 level, There was this day because I participated in politics a lot in school. So that day I was coming to school, I was very, very sad. Something had happened, something very personal. And I still had to smile. I still had to smile. I still had to look good. We still had to keep the Honorable Paramole vibe there. So when I got to the office, I just sat down and the smile was fading, and then the poem just came, you know, like every time we want to keep smiling, we want people to feel like we are okay because we do not just want to rub our emotions on them. So, and then I just felt like I would not be wearing that smile much longer.
So did you get over it?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and let us love today. Let us love today. Okay, I particularly love this one because, I mean, this is very, very, very apt for the season. We're in a season of love, giving and sharing. And I'm just going to read it out loud so that our viewers can, you know, hear it. I've been around enough to know we may not always be here for each other. That's a very touching one. Not always be here to express how much we are in love. Not always be here to show how much we care. I care. You're going to tell us something. I may not always be around to endow you with beautiful words, to create endless memories, to make you laugh until you're out of breath. You are such a lover boy, Momtaz, aren't you?
Well, there's no denying that. Okay. There's no denying that.
So it's I care.
I care. Well, I care is like the poem says, my lover, or the representation of my lover. I believe that many a times we do not appreciate the love that we have. Not just the love that we get from the relationships that we have, like boyfriend, girlfriend, husband and wife, even the love that we have for our friends, the relationship that we have with our family. So I wrote that poem in order to remind people that enough about the future or thinking about the past. Let us love today. Let us love today as though we are not going to love tomorrow. Let us love today as though we are going to be heartbroken tomorrow. So, and Aike is an embodiment of that poem for me.
You know, that is other than the fact that it is a representation of love, I feel like that's a very strong message in there, especially in this season where we're thinking about just ourselves. But it's also a reminder that you also need to, you know, share just a bit of that love with someone next to you. Anybody can be an Aike, you know. Yes, anyone can be an Aike. My producer can be my Aike. My neighbor can be my Aike. So let's be our Aike, right?
Yes, definitely.
That love to, you know, whoever is Aike. Interesting story. Now, amongst, you know, with all of this, you know, with which is your favorite poem? Which of those poems, you know, like resonates with you the most?
I'm laughing.
I'm laughing. Okay. So what page is that in? On.
Can I read it?
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
The poem says, I'm laughing.
Okay.
It's on page 46.
Page 46. Interesting. What is it about the poem that gets you?
When I read it, you'd understand.
Okay.
So it says, I'm laughing. I'm laughing so hard. Really hard. My eardrums could just explode. I'm laughing, but my mouth doesn't pave way for the white glitter that is my teeth. I'm laughing, I can feel it, but I'm so broken, I can't do it. That's it. Now, I'm laughing is my favorite poem because at the time I wrote this poem, I wrote it at a time when I was going through breakfast, let me put it that way.
Okay.
I had just been served hot, and I wanted to maintain the status quo. I wanted to keep smiling. I wanted everybody to just feel that I was happy, but it wasn't happening. In my head, I was laughing. In my head, I am playful, But owing to the fact that my heart was not synchronizing with my head at the time, the heart was broken. So I was laughing, but I was too broken to do it.
Oh, very touching one there. I think, I mean, your book is a must-have. I think everyone should have it because the truth is we all experience love, and it's also a reminder that we can be, you know, a representation and embodiment of love. Right. We shouldn't just talk about it, but we should express it. We should be it. And, you know, reading it, it just sort of, you know, brings that, you know, it's just such a subtle reminder, you know, of, you know, how we can be it and how we can share love as well and how we can spread it. Thank you so much for this anthology, Heartquake, Reflections of Love and Loss. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Well, with after pouring out your hearts, you know, in this book, do you have any other book coming up?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And the title of my next book is A Reckless Dance.
A reckless?
A reckless dance.
Dance, okay.
A reckless dance.
And on that note, I would just like to take you to the kitchen. Chef Mo has been really hard at work, so maybe you'd also sing him a poem, right? Shall we?
Shall we?
Okay. Yeah, welcome to the kitchen, Mumtaz.
Thank you very much.
This is Chef Mo, and of course that's
you know us.
Yeah, well.
of course.
Yeah, so this morning, Chef Mo has made for you rice with chicken coconut curry sauce.
Something about Chef Mo. Once you step into the kitchen, he likes you to taste like.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, he just give you an experience.
Yeah.
Welcome to my kitchen.
Yeah, that's his world.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he always wants to let you in.
This one did more than taste, though.
I know. Let's move it to Mumtaz.
Please, Mumtaz, please.
So that you can...
Try it out and tell us what you think. Make sure you get some of the sauce in there because it is absolutely fantastic. It'll give you inspiration for another poem.
Right.
Amazing poem.
Of another book.
The entire book, let's put it like so.
Okay. That looks good.
Get inspiration here from anything. I can breakfast, Mama.
Chef Mo did not disappoint us.
Of course not. Never ever.
Okay.
This is amazing.
Thank you, brother.
Nice.
This is
Fantastic.
Well
Thank you
done.
very much. It's been a great show for a Thursday. We've loved it. It's almost the end of the penultimate week for 2024. We're hoping that we've kept your mornings bright every single morning. Thank you guys for joining us, tuning in at 7 a.m. I'm not going to stop if you guys don't stop me.
All right, we have to go.